Hi, I am Sonali, a life and a mindset coach. Today at Happitude's Head Art Fest podcast, we will be talking about authenticity, happiness, and creativity with NamrataVishal, your self authenticity coach and an minimalistic artist, helping individuals find their true, authentic self and cultivate a sense of fulfillment and peace within themselves. She has witnessed the fragility of existence firsthand, only to emerge with newfound strength and purpose after being a caretaker to her cancer fighting husband and experience his release in January 2024. Hi, Namrata. I welcome you on Happy Tude's Head Art Fest podcast. How are you doing today?
Hi, Sonali. Thanks for calling me. I'm really doing well
You're
and
welcome.
really happy. Yeah.
So, tell me today how you connect art and authenticity.
The connection between self authenticity, art, and happiness is profound and multifaceted with deeper layers. So, basically, for me, it is a way of expressing ourselves, our genuine thoughts, feelings, and values. When individuals embrace their true self, they often experience a deeper connection and a deeper satisfaction with themselves. So, that is where the happiness is there, is actually living. So self acceptance is what makes us, that's the connection between how we, if we are authentic and if we are using art, is like living every day, every moment we are actually playing a role. So art is connected to self authenticity and happiness.
That's
Yeah.
great. And we at Happitude are working towards happiness and mindfulness. So that is why we are having this podcast with you so that our listeners can learn more about, how to express themselves and how to bring in mindfulness, happiness in their lives and day-to-day lives.
Yeah.
So tell me more about as an artist, how art helps in self-expression.
So basically, as an art has been a medium for me for expression. I've used it as a medium of expression and as well as a medium of liberation, because during my difficult times, it really played a role of a best friend, just helping me come out of it. So from the trauma, and it's a very creative outlet. What we say, it's a way we express ourselves. I it actually have different forms of art. There are different forms. You can use any medium like painting, music, visualization, performance art, or anything else. But it can be singing a song. But when you express it in a deeper manner and in a real manner, and when you are completely authentic about it, like if you are expressing and if you're not putting any layers to it, then you actually go deeper within yourself, and that is where the unresourceful expressions or emotions can be removed. You can just release
Yeah.
that unresourceful emotions, and you get, because you're releasing that, you feel more content and satisfied and happy. So that is how art really helped me express. And it's a form of communication, so you communicate with this world, and you actually allow people to engage with that, what you are going through and what you have experienced, so that they don't have to experience it again. They can learn from the experiences of others. So it's like connecting with others as well as your emotions in a right way.
Yeah, so true. So I agree to what you're saying, how art helps in self-expression. And also what you said, you how it helped you in your healing journey when you were going through a lot. I totally relate to it. So moving ahead, how art is related to happiness, according to you?
um, just when I said like it is an form of expression, we express ourselves, it's like outlet to everything, like whatever is in just suppressed within us, and we are not removing it, it comes out through art. So if I can give you an example of my life, my husband was diagnosed with brain cancer in 2017, and for 1 year in 2018 I locked myself completely. Like I was just taking like 24 hours, I was a caretaker, but I was questioning myself within, like what happened, what went wrong, why my life is like this. And I used to write and erase stuff. And during that process, I started communicating with eraser dust. Like the eraser dust had different grays. And then I started understanding the life is of different gray and it is not black and white. So you need to find ways to live in that gray with more acceptance. So I started accepting things. I started understanding that things are going to go like this. How happiness is my choice, and how I can select that choice through releasing some of my unresourceful thoughts and beliefs. So I started erasing stuff, and that process helped me to come out of it and actually serve my husband in a better way. So the last 5 years really went beautifully because as an artist, I released a lot of things, and I started understanding the real meaning of happiness, living in the moment, in the present, and not thinking about the past and the future, because past and future are always in your thoughts and mind, but what you're living and what is the truth is only the present. So that was something which really helped me to find my happiness.
Yeah, and so beautifully you have said, that happiness is your choice.
Yeah.
So it's a choice that you make, that you have
Yeah.
to be happy, and it's a way of living. Slowly, it
Yes.
becomes a way of living. So,
Yeah.
as an authenticity coach, being an artist has helped you express yourself, connect with yourself, bring in
Yeah.
happiness. How is it actually connected to authenticity?
Um, for me and my husband, it was more about being open, being real. So we both used to like hate liars. At present, also, I just hate lying things, because once you put one layer of lie, you have to put a lot of layers to just support it. And then you become like a person who is just remembering what other people want to hear. You don't want to say something which you really want to say or express. So there you don't play your role in a 100% true manner. So authenticity for me was completely like, if you're authentic, you don't have to remember anything. You just have to live the moment and you just flow. So for me, flow is very important. My element, how we say, every person has is connected to one element of life, which
Yeah,
is very very dominant. And for me,
yeah,
water and air is the dominant one. So I
okay,
like flow. And the flow only happens when you actually start understanding that you don't have to question a lot of times to this universe, because the universe is doing the best for you. So now, because of that acceptance, when my husband left in Jan, I for me it was really easy to accept things. It was people felt I just bounced back very fast, but it was the process which I went through, that 6.5 years of
yeah,
acceptance really helped me. And this is how authenticity helped me to come out of that what do you say, uh, process of just being in grief, or
yeah,
releasing the grief in a right way. That
yeah,
helped me. So we create, because of that we create innovative and uh, creative methods to come out of things. So I started doing that, and I started understanding that even if I am not finding out my purpose of life, what's going on, but I am actually contributing to this world in a very, very important way. Because when I was serving my husband, I was really enjoying that process. After he went, now I have his goals, my goals to be fulfilled. I'm enjoying that process. So every moment, even if the past is connected to my life, but I don't allow that past to influence me. If I want to live, if I want to sleep today, I won't even think of why I'm sleeping, because that body, my mind needs it.
yeah.
So when you start when you stop questioning things, what is happening with you, you start understanding that something is really really true to yourself. You are being true to yourself, and you're not allowing other people to influence you. So that was very important part where I understood that authenticity is actually allowing yourself to be who you are.
And that is how the art would also come out, because when
Yes.
you connect yourself with yourself from inside
Yes.
and then do
Yes.
whatever art you are doing,
Art you are doing. It's never going to be copied work, or it's never going to be a work which is not showing your true self to others. So I mean, I've seen a lot of artworks. I do go for exhibitions, and I connect with few artworks, and sometimes we don't connect with some artworks. Why? Because I think somewhere the commercial feeling is there in some artworks, and some artworks just speak out loudly, boldly, and they don't think about like if the person opposite person is going to get affected or not, because every art form has a responsibility in this world. So I think artists and scientists are actually have a lot of intuitions. They see future, and sometimes they create something which is connected, and sometimes they don't have reason for it. So as an artist, I feel that completely. We don't have reasons sometimes, but we make a lot of sense when it comes to when people connect with it, they get triggered. They start asking questions to themselves, and that is where the change happens.
Okay. And this is such a huge, vast topic. I agree to it. As you said, art is vast, and
Yeah.
everything we do in our daily life is also art. So
Yes.
I want some examples from you, which people who are from non-artistic background can also
Yeah.
indulge in and, start creating art in day-to-day life, or just take out some time from their busy schedule and indulge in some art for therapy purposes.
Yes, there are few forms of art which is like very simple, like doodling. Doodling is one of the art form which actually allows you to express in any form. There's no rules and regulation. So when someone tells me like I'm not a good artist, I always ask them, who told you that? Because there's nothing bad or good about art. You cannot say this is a beautiful art or this is an ugly art. So it's always a perspective and a perception about people, how they perceive things. But art doesn't have a definition as such. So um, don't even think about like art. You cannot be an artist. You just have to start expressing yourself in any form. If you love dancing, if you love singing, if you love drawing or writing or painting, whatever form you like, just start expressing it. Just start taking that medium in your hand, and things will flow. Don't restrict yourself. So no one in this world can say I'm not an artist. Every single person who is there alive is playing that role of an artist, unknowingly or knowingly. So we as an artist, we actually introduce ourselves as an artist, but all other people who are in different professions, they have an artist within them. So they can do scribbling. They can, one very easy way is scribble and start observing your scribble. And you will find the thoughts, what's going on. You will start seeing the images in that scribbling. You can paint that, you can just do a double line outline to that, whatever you're seeing, and you can start creating stories. So I always feel talking to yourself in front of a mirror is also a beautiful form of art. We never talk to our own eyes. Like 24/7, we are talking to different other people's eye or thoughts or something, but we don't talk to our own eye. So the best way to connect with yourself and start creating artwork is talking to yourself. So that's one of the exercise which I do from last many years. Um, I have started talking to myself, and that helps me connect to myself as well as tell myself that I'm worthy. I'm worthy even if I'm doing all the mistakes of my life. I'm worthy of living in this moment, because for me, the world starts and ends with myself. It's not being selfish, but it's the truth of life. Once you leave, the world won't stop. But once you leave this world, your world will stop.
Yes,
So it's just a small shift in ourselves that can change a lot of self-worth, self-love aa jayega, which comes through art. So I use art as a medium. People can use different things as a medium. Like uh, Cooking is also art. So people love cooking, people love dancing, people love talking sometimes. People love silence, solitude. So
Yeah,
anything which works for you is form of art for you. It's like a therapy for you.
I totally agree. And looking at the mirror and talking to yourself is not that easy. So
It's
doing
not
it
easy.
for such a long time is commendable.
It really works, because sometimes you will and because I practice authenticity, I see I when I talk to myself, sometimes I find out so many, like a critic also, I talk to myself that you're not doing this right or something. Every time you cannot say good about yourself, but
Yeah,
sometimes when you say some, you remove some mistakes also, you are actually being true to yourself, and you're trying to convey that the opposite person in the mirror is not understanding what's going wrong. So
yeah,
let the other person who is standing in front uh, actually point out, like, this is going wrong, let's work on this. So that type of conversations start, and you start understanding that you don't need other people's validation or other people's correction to correct your path.
yeah.
So
You
you
can
correct your
correct
own
it. Yes.
path.
Yeah,
Yes.
so true. And tell me, when we talk about authenticity, imposter word is often heard many a times connected to creative fields like coaching, influencers, or speaker. And I would like to discuss with you today, what is this imposter syndrome and how to overcome it?
Imposter syndrome is like, it's going to come. I'm not saying it will just vanish or get erased, but we can manage it. We can manage it through being authentic and being a person who starts loving himself and understanding himself, accepting. So acceptance is the first thing which works for me. If you start accepting things, um, I'm not good enough is a feeling which comes when you start comparing yourself with others.
Yeah,
So once you have been authentic, no, you will start accepting others as they are, and you will start accepting yourself as you are. So the imposter syndrome will just go lower. Like, you won't
down.
feel that, because now you're not comparing yourself with others. You are seeing yourself and you're accepting yourself as you are, with your flaws, with your problems, with your lows and highs. So that will be managed. That can be managed through being authentic.
Totally get it. And one last question I have is, how being authentic can help you gain trust of your audience or in a business? How being
Yeah.
authentic helps there?
In that, I'll give you an example of my life again. I'm an art teacher. I used to teach art from last 24 years. And till now, till the date, I think last year I just tried 1 week of meta ads. But before that, I've never done any advertisement. And how I get my students or is through referrals. And referrals only happen when the other person who has actually experienced your service trusts you. Okay, you don't refer anyone and everyone, right? So uh, once a person is coming to me for my session and as is connected, they know that this person is true and will deliver the right thing. And that's where the trust factor comes in, because I will not lie to them. Even if I'm not compatible with them, I'll say we are not compatible. I'll send them to someone else, because that's the way you need to be authentic. You cannot be just saying that because I want clients, I want to just pull you uh, towards me.
Yeah,
No, it won't happen. So you have to be authentic, and that's how the trust factor happens. And I have my relationships with my student who are like 18-year, 20-year old relationships. They come back to me because they sometimes, after the journey of like being in the life, they find somewhere they are lost, they come back again, and they are like, now again I want to connect with my authenticity. So they come back, they be with me, and then they again go in the world back. So I'm seeing that happening. This is my example. But if you want to understand it in the normal people's life, what what I feel is, if you are authentic, the people will not fear to trust you, because they know nothing is going to go wrong. The person is going to tell me the truth always. So, and that works really well. You are transparent, people can see you in and out. And you have started accepting others, so people have also started accepting you. In your space, you have created that safe space so that they can express themselves completely, truly. So whenever they connect with you, they feel alive. They are alive, they can express themselves completely. So I think time just flies when you are with an authentic person. When you're spending time with someone who's completely authentic, the time just flies. You feel like time come here. And that's what, that feeling is really beautiful.
So in a sense, the trust comes from the honesty that
Yes.
comes in with authenticity.
Yes, completely. A transparency.
And how in a business would this help, being authentic?
In business, it helps because you create long term relationships with your clients.
Yeah,
And because you have created a long term relationship, there is a repeat customer always. They don't leave you, they are loyal to you, and you don't have to search for new customers or new clients every time. So it's like creating a long term relationship,
yeah,
creating that cycle and the circle, and it's a continuous one. It doesn't
yeah.
break in between.
So the trust factor comes in automatically with
Automatically.
authenticity. Yeah.
Yes.
It was lovely talking to you. And I would thank you for sharing so many things, for sharing about your life, about your struggles, and helping our audience. So see you, see you
Yeah,
soon. And
yeah, this was a complete like I love sharing things about authenticity to people, like anywhere, anywhere I can speak out, because I think if something helps someone to find themselves, I must have won somewhere I am winning
yeah,
it in this world, because I want to reach out to many people. And there's one target which I've kept, and I want to reach out to 1 billion plus people. And that number also comes through the seconds my husband lived in the whole 39 years. He lived for 1 billion 23 crore seconds. And that is the number of people I want to impact uh, by helping them find their true authentic self, and not struggle or fight for searching their purpose, or just struggling for like living and in search of everything, but not living the moment. So I want to spread that message,
yeah,
that
the true
please
happiness. Yeah,
start living in the moment, and be authentic to this moment, the things will fall in place.
yeah, so true. So I would tell my listeners to keep watching this space for more podcast. And thank you very, very much for joining us.
Thank
Bye.
you.